skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out of our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed. But that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother Black Power to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to want to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Hey, look, thank you for joining me this Thursday, March 26, 2026. Hey, look, it's a lot we got to cover in the show today as usual. Who we got in the chat? SC in the chat, Kawanda, Sincere Running Real in the chat. Jeff, how y'all doing? Appreciate y'all for joining the chat. Hey, look, I'll say this. The last couple of days we've been talking about just the situations that happened over the weekend, but I want to move into just what's going on with NPS. A lot of things is coming out about NPS right now where they're going to cut some teachers. They're going to cut some positions because they have a $45 million budget deficit. And, you know, many times when we talk about just education, our children's education, we also like to understand that teachers need living wage jobs as well because they're the educators of our youth. And I think that nobody had an issue with giving money to NPS because I don't think it became a problem till recent, till we found out that a lot of the paperwork wasn't filled out correctly. A lot of, you know, the paperwork when it comes to the state wasn't handled correctly, and then maybe some mismanagement going on with the finances. But $45 million in the hole, and now Caselius, the superintendent, the current superintendent, now has to make tough decisions. So it's one of those things where a lot of people are feeling some type of way. A lot of the educators, a lot of the vice principals, they're going to cut a lot of those ideas out as well. So, Andrew, I think I sent you something on this to your text message. I think WICN covered this. But I'll say this. We got to continue to understand that the children in these schools, in these public schools, have an ongoing battle. And many times we talk about low test scores. Many times we talk about, do we have the proper activities for these youth? Now we have the conversation of cuts being made to the public school system due to a budget deficit, a budget crisis. So how is that going to affect our children? And many times we already got things like bullying going on. We got situations where, you know, children are being not educated. A lot of times, a lot of these kids are graduating, don't even know how to read. You know, they don't even write cursive. So what do we have here? They just had a press conference on the programs they're going to have for the summer. The mayor and the superintendent came together and they came out with the press conference just the other day about this summer programming and things like that, which is fine. But are the kids getting what they need on a day-to-day basis inside these schools? A lot of people would raise an eyebrow to that. I'll say this. We got to be more attentive as parents, as people that have our children enrolled in a lot of these public school ideas. Now, I'll say that I know parents that do go up there and try to check on the kids, and I have ran into some parents that don't. You know, I don't know where you as an individual listener fit into that category, but I think that NPS also needs a huge parent movement. A lot of parents just got to get involved to keep an open eye on what's going on instead of coming up there reactionary when there's a problem. I think that we have to get ahead of the problem and just get up to the schools or have a family member representative that can go up there. Maybe you can't go up there, but maybe somebody can go up there and represent the family as a volunteer or rotate to try to make sure that you're getting ahead of the curve. I think that schools with high parent participation, they do better when the parents are involved, actively involved. And I remember when my son, we were out in Minnesota, and I tell this story all the time. He was going to school out there, and they told me that all parents have to volunteer so much time each month to the school where their child is a student. Well, I remember I missed one one of those sessions, and all the parents called me. I'm getting all these phone calls. Hey, Tory, where you at? We miss you. Why weren't you present at the event today? You were on the schedule. And I, you know, I'm from Milwaukee, so it wasn't no big deal. Like, and I'm thinking like, you know what? I got something else to do. Like, no, it was like, hey, no, if your name is on this date, Tuesday at 11, you need to be there. Like, and I got that right away. The first time I missed one of those volunteer events, like they got on top of me. So I started going on a regular basis because I didn't want to be letting nobody down, letting the kids down. So when I got to the school, I had to read to different children. Like I would spend 30 minutes reading a book to one of the students. And I loved doing it. I started, you know, on a regular basis. Then I started really like starting to see what else I can do. And next thing you know, I'm volunteering at the games and things like that and volunteering at the concessions. And it was just fun to be a part of a environment where the parents were so active that they called you if you missed the volunteer because it was so important. So I think that for me seeing that in the school system, when I come home to Milwaukee, and I say, okay, we need a huge parent movement, I believe that from what I've seen in Minnesota, how it worked, how it helped a lot of the students, many times, a lot of the students would be almost like my own child, you know, because you get to know them. You get to know who they are. You get to know who their parents are. So you become this village, this family. So it's just one of those things I would love to see right here in the city of Milwaukee when it comes to the public school system. And, you know, I can have wishful thinking, but really it's going on in other places. And we can reduplicate a lot of those great ideas for the betterment of the youth. And I'm hoping that the parents as a whole understand how much power you have when your child attends a school, when your child is involved in the school setting. I think that we don't take full advantage of being a parent, having a student at these schools. And many times when we don't take advantage of being a parent, having your child enrolled, coming up there before something bad happened, before, you know, it's something negative going on, I think that builds up the respect and between the parent and the teacher and the communications, and we can weed out the ones that are causing the problems when everybody's active. But when you're not active, people can start falling through the cracks. Like teachers who are in there purposely giving students bad grades. You know, I got called to a couple schools here where teachers their assignments, people have A's on their assignments, but then they'll mess up on the test and they'll give them a D. So the kid is confused because, okay, I messed up on the test. You know, I got, you know, a low grade on the test, but all my assignments are good. So is that the teacher or is that the student? Who is that the miscommunication when they give the test? If the student is getting good grades on the assignments, I don't know. It's just we can work that out if we have an active parent movement. And salute to Dads on Duty. JB Fresh always comes in and gives us an update on that program, Dads on Duty. A lot of the other programs that are driven to push parent activity, we need that right now. And especially if they cutting ideas and teachers. We got a video I want to play. We'll play the video when we get back of the recent cuts that are going to be made to MPS. If you're watching this, we broadcast live, we'll play that video when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Hey fans, John Kuhn here, team captain of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and there's a reason it's considered the Midwest premier place to bet on all your favorite sports. The full bar, awesome dining, 2,000 square foot screen, and nearly 100 betting kiosks makes for an unbeatable playbook. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about the changes, the shakeup that's going on at NPS. They're saying that there's going to be a lot of cuts to staff. If you listen as we broadcast live, we got some video and audio on this. If you're watching 1017 The Truth as we broadcast live on YouTube, let's listen.
Jobs will not exist next year. 70 of the job cuts will be in the central office, I should say. 62 teachers who are not assigned to one classroom and 59 assistant principals. MPS says the cuts will save about $30 million, helping offset a $46 million budget deficit. The district is working to find other jobs for the affected employees. In other news tonight, this week, Milwaukee.
All right, so like I said, those are a lot of jobs that won't exist next year. I feel bad for the assistant principal because they worked their way to try to become a principal. But if they're going to rearrange that, where do the assistant principal go? Do they go back to being a teacher? I mean, that's got to be a tough space right there for the assistant principal. When I see that, it's disheartening, but like I said, Cassellius has to make those tough decisions to make those cuts, and a lot of times somebody else would have kicked the can down the road for the next person to come along and take on some of those tasks. But that's why I say I see some things going on with the new superintendent that I haven't seen with past superintendents and since in the last decade. So she's trying to do something about the budget. She's trying to make the cuts. Those are tough decisions to make. And here we go. And I'm sure we had stories about coaches that weren't even getting paid. They weren't even getting a check. So it was that going on. And so what is going on with that now that they have this deficit? Are they going to eliminate some coaches, certain things with coaching, other situations that are non-teaching?
We've talked about how you have a honeymoon period when you get this type of job, Tory. Honeymoon period kind of feels like it's over.
Oh, the honeymoon is over.
Do you feel like she's doing like an A+ job at this point?
I can't even rate it. I think that we still got to see the whole thing unfold. I think that when you inherit a bad situation,
sometimes when you're coming into a bad situation, you got to make a lot of tough decisions, especially if the budget is whacked out. And then, it depends on the leadership. And I think that she's trying to make the tough decisions now, and we'll see where the chips fall later, because its NPS is totally unpredictable. It's so many things, so many fires burning with the public school system at this point. I don't think I can actually say what kind of job is being done until, as whatever decision she's going to have to make as far as to balance the budget. That's one idea. What are they going to do about the bullying going on in the schools, and what are they going to do to uplift the test scores, the grades now that they got all these cuts going on? Will that affect the student learning? Because even though they're making these cuts, there's still buildings full of kids. So how is that going to affect the students? Okay, I'm just trying to figure that out, because we already got issues. I'm talking about from people getting on the bus to come to school, to staff doing things, to some of the kids, some of the paraprofessionals, and then you got just regular things that happen when you got a bunch of people dealing with as large as NPS. You're going to have some problems. So this is just one area. So I got to go up there for a lot of stuff. It's some stuff I can't even talk to y'all about on the air that's going on that we're trying to figure out with families and students and teachers and things like that. So where do we end? Where does this fall, where we can kind of see where if there's some progress? We may not see progress for a year and a half, if there's going to be any progress. So I'm not giving nobody no grade right now. But hey, what else do we got? Also, we got the community cleanup coming up April 18th. I need y'all to mark y'all calendars. For April 18th, we're going to be out in the city. Salute to Evolve Church. Salute to Pitt's Mortuary. Salute to MLK Elementary School out on Martin Luther King. They are joining the cleanup this year. Salute to MMSD. They will be out picking up with their mobile collections. They will have the mobile collections, and what we need to do is understand can you bring. This is the home hazmat collection. This is the things that on April 18th you can bring out. They usually pay for this, to dump this, but on April 18th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School, they're going to be having home hazmat collections, and these are some of the things you can bring. If you got it in your basement, if you got it in your garage, you can bring these things out and dump for free on April 18th. Antifreeze, auto body repair products, battery acid, brake fluid, carburetor cleaner, car wax, fiberglass epoxy, fuel additives, gasoline, metal polish, parts cleaner, rust remover, spot remover, transmission fluid, aerosol cans, batteries, lithium batteries, rechargeable batteries, reusable batteries. You can bring all of these things out and dump them at MLK for the cleanup this year. So if you got things in the garage that's sitting around, propane tanks, light bulbs, motor oil, things like that, you can definitely bring them out. There will be a service. All you got to do is pull up, and they'll just get them. Like, this year is going to be huge. So, like I said, if you got some spring cleaning to do, April 18th, you will not be charged to drop off some of those things that you would normally be charged to actually, get rid of. So I think that this is an important part of the cleanup that I wanted to talk about today as well. Once again, April 18th, we already have our 3 locations. We're going to be at Martin Luther King Jr. School at 3275 North 3rd Street from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be doing a lot of work out there in the neighborhood, so make sure that y'all get ready to bring y'all hazards, all of the home hazmat stuff that y'all got, that the oils, the propane tanks, those lights, what is those long lights? Those that people have in it, the fluorescent lights. If y'all got, y'all got the fluorescent lights that y'all ain't been using. Y'all got it in the corner. Get those things, bring them out to, Martin Luther King Jr. School. It's going to be a big day. And salute to all the volunteers that are signing up. Go to ToryLoweCleanup.com. That's ToryLoweCleanup.com. And you can go to 1017 The Truth, and they'll send you over to the site to register. Make sure you register because we want everybody to get Cousin Subs, who's been our food sponsor for the last 3 years of the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Salute to Cousin Subs. Hey, I cannot wait to see everybody outside. If you can't make the cleanup, I got the Clean Your Hood Challenge, where every year I challenge people to go to the neighborhood, go outside, and get one full bag of trash off the ground. One full bag of trash. If everybody do this, we'll see a huge improvement. And the snow is melting, and a lot of parts of the north side right now look like a trash can. It does. It's just a lot of trash everywhere. And salute to all of the people that are out here, getting out here, cleaning up their areas. Some areas are well managed, and some areas are not. But all I'll say is, if you can go in your neighborhood, I encourage everybody to get one full bag of trash up off the earth on April 18th. If you can't make the cleanup, tag me on Facebook, tag me on Instagram. Make sure that I get a tag. I'll definitely share it. This is something we got to make popular. We got to make sure that when we do our spring cleaning, that everybody gets in and gets involved, and making sure that everybody do a little so nobody have to do a lot. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a pop culture report. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, this is the night you don't want to miss. The Analysis Live is back, March 27th at the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee. You never know who's going to step on stage. The Analysis has shocked the crowd in past years with surprise appearances by Giannis and Stephen A. Smith. This year, Ric Flair headlines The Analysis Live. The WWE legend, the Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy. You know there will be plenty of surprises. Friday night, March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Lock in your tickets now. TALiveshow.com. That's TALiveshow.com.
From office lunches to family celebrations, Cousin Subs has the crowd-pleasing catering you need. Choose from customizable party boxes, individual box lunches, fresh-baked cookies, and our classic party chips. Everything you need to satisfy any size group, big or small. Ordering is easy online or on the Cousins app, so you can focus on the fun, not the food. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
people don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks traveled to Portland to face Drew Holiday and the Trailblazers. The Bucks lost 99-130, but with a great game from Ryan Rollins as he put up 34 points. Doc Rivers after the game.
I think Drew's been phenomenal for this team because you can see them doing all the things he's done all his career. So they're a physical, tough basketball team. When you don't have your parts, you're going to struggle a little.
Bucks are back at it Saturday against the Spurs, who are on fire currently. Today is the day for Brewers fans. Opening day is finally here. The Miz is your starting pitcher for the new year. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. You can listen to our sister station, 620 WTMJ Radio, to listen to the game. The Badgers women basketball team are on fire in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. They play Harvard tonight at 6:30. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Seven The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew in the studio. It's opening day for the Brewers.
It is.
Hey, what's going on? Give me a rundown on what's happening for opening day right now, Andrew.
Well, all of our friends and teammates have decided to leave us here alone, Tory. The office today was a ghost town. That's the first thing. Second thing is playing the White Sox opening day. Little bit of preseason nerves already feeling for Mizorowski. Gave up a leadoff home run. Right now, the Brewers trail 1-0 in the bottom of the first. But everything else seems to be pretty good, man. The weather seems right. The stadium is absolutely packed. Like I said, all of our friends and teammates are there. No big deal. We get to be inside. They get to be out and doing stuff. But that's fine, right? Having fun. No big deal. We'll be out there.
620 is the home of the Brewers.
Yeah, the flagship.
Right.
Yeah.
So we get to get out there and have some fun. Brewers are actually a teammate of
GKB.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you know what's funny? We'll take you behind the curtain here a little bit. We already started twisting arms trying to figure out how do we get Tory Lowe a ceremonial first pitch.
That's what I'm talking about. I got to throw that pitch out there.
I watched you in the postseason video last year throwing out little lefty action. No big deal.
Well, like I said, I can wind it up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel it. No, Brewers, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Tory. This is a team that in the regular season is super hot, and the postseason kind of flames out a little bit, but they're set right now at, I think it was 83.5 wins at Pato. They are
for the year.
For the year, 83.5 wins for the year. People feel pretty good about them potentially winning the National League Central again this year. So, vibes have never been higher for our Brew Crew, Tory.
I think that we go through the regular season and we know that we're going to play well. And I think that now it's time to do some postseason, to prepare while we're doing the regular season to prepare for that postseason. And I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, how do you prepare in the regular season for the postseason?
Yeah, how do you get ready, once you get out of this regular season to know that you're prepared for the postseason where you come up short?
Yeah, well, I always am of the fan of the statistical, the more times you're there, the better you're going to be. The goal is for them to make it back to the NLCS. You got a juggernaut out west in the Dodgers. They're the preseason favorite to win the whole thing again. Tory, they're only the third team ever potentially to try to three-peat World Series championships. So there's a lot of going into this season. Now that we got all the fun stuff out of the way, let's talk about the thing that has kind of rained on our parade all year. You ready for this one? The Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, wow.
They struggled last night, 130-99. And you got to see your old friend Drew Holiday last night. Tory, this Milwaukee Bucks team has found new and unique ways to disappoint me this year, man.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think they're in rebuilding mode. I think they're trying to see where they're going to fall with the lottery pick. Because I ain't saying that, I don't think that they were always planning on tanking the season. I believe that we had hopes of even making the playoffs, even with Giannis out. They went on to like a little winning streak, and now it's like, okay, Giannis is out, Giannis is done. We're just gonna, Cam Thomas, they sent him packing. Here we go. I guess we in tank mode.
Yeah, a little bit like that. Now, the one glimmer of hope that fans had last night was Ryan Rollins.
He's been a glimmer of hope, though. Ryan Rollins has been balling this year. And many times, I'll tell you this. I was telling somebody, when Ryan Rollins, he plays better when Giannis is not on the court.
Yeah.
A lot of those young players, Porter Jr. and even Cam Thomas, like a lot of those young players, they play better, but once Giannis gets in the rotation, he sucks up he needs the ball in his hands. So their scores are way lower. But when Giannis is not in the game and they get the green light, they can get impressive.
Well, speaking of Kevin Porter Jr.
But is it impressive enough to win?
No.
Yeah.
Kevin Porter Jr. was on his stream the other day, his video game stream, Tory. Do you hear what he said about Kobe Bryant?
No, I didn't hear that.
His take was, that now that Bam has passed Kobe in the all-time single-game scoring 83 to Kobe's 81, that Kevin Porter Jr. said, now I got to go beat Bam to respect Kobe. You think he's going to get to 84?
With this team, they don't care who's shooting the ball right now. So if he can get hot, they'll let. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If it's ever a time that they can make it happen, where the Bucks right now are not expected to make the playoffs, if you get hot, you can get the green light. Doc gonna sit there. He need a bright spot. He need a bright spot this year because I've never seen a coach, a Hall of Fame coach at that, get really good at explaining why we lost. I mean, he got really good at explaining why the team is not winning.
I think the Doc Rivers stat that I saw the other day, Tory, was 20 seasons of him coaching. This is his first losing season like this.
Well,
the worst season in 20 years for Doc Rivers.
I'm just saying. So if Porter Jr. can pull it off, I'm here for it.
I think the insult to injury is that you go to Portland, you lose to the Blazers 130-99, but then Drew Holiday is suiting up for the Blazers, and he's scoring 13 points and getting steals and looking so great. And you're thinking to yourself, like, how great was it? How good did we have it when he was suiting up?
A lot of people would mark the downfall with Drew Holiday, with the Drew Holiday trade.
Yeah, I would seem to agree.
A lot of people will associate Drew Holiday trade with the collapse. But like I said, Dame was a great option.
Yeah, in theory, on paper.
Yeah, on paper, it was a great option, but like I said, it didn't pan out. So, like I said, I think the Bucks are looking for what number or where they're going to be at in the draft at this point.
So do you think that we're counting the days now on two hands that Giannis is still in the Bucks uniform? Because it seems like everybody is saying the conjecture is that this divorce is going to be nasty, Tory. It's going to be a really ugly breakup.
I think that a lot of people have, due to all of the mainstream conversations, the social media conversations about Giannis possibly leaving, I think now it has softened the fact in fans' minds that this is a possibility. I don't believe it's going to be nasty. I think that a lot, now that we've went through a whole season of ups and downs with this conversation, and I think that a lot of people have came to the conclusion that, hey, this may be a possibility. I think that right now we're trying to see what we have and what can we do to move forward with or without Giannis. And I think we respect love Giannis. We're thankful to have him. But like I said, nothing good lasts forever. Sometimes people got to go and find their way for the next 7 years. And I think Giannis is looking for his next 7 years, and it may not be in Milwaukee.
So when you're watching Bucks games, which Bucks players are you most excited for going forward? If Giannis potentially is on his way out, who are you looking at now being like, oh, I can't wait to buy this guy's jersey?
I'm not doing anything right now. I'm gonna keep my Giannis jersey. I'm gonna keep. I even got my Dame jersey. Oh wow. I'm gonna keep my jerseys right now. I'm not really looking to that level. I'm trying to see how can we rebuild, and what does that look like. And then when I get the rebuilt team, then I'll kind of assess where I want to spend my $130-something on the jersey.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Now they play the Spurs this weekend, Tory. Spurs are, in contention potentially to play for a title. So if you're going to the game this weekend, you might see a good team. It just might not be the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh wow. Here we go.
Right now,
there's always something going on.
Top of the second, runner on first for the Miz, Tory. I'm just giving you a little bit of an update here because she's trying to get out of a jam. Fun times.
Well, salute to the Brewers for beginning another season, and like I said, what we want to do is make sure that we're prepping because we're expected to dominate or have a great record this regular season. I think that's become the norm in the last 3-4 seasons. But I think that now, okay, what are the things that we can do to help in the long term? To stretch it out to make sure that we go all the way.
Yeah, you got to get the hits early in the season. Like my dad always said, you can't win the pennant in April, but you can lose it. Let's win some games early.
Right.
Win games early in the season so you don't have to worry about it late. Oh, yeah. Big baseball guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You kind of had to get out there and throw some strikes.
Yeah, lefty as well. You and I.
Oh, wow.
You know what they say about lefty pitchers?
They think with the right side of the brain.
That's something like that.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more Pop Culture Report. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I said, Tory Lowe, he's got my vote. When I was down bad, he picked me up and gave
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report with Andrew live in the studio. Drewski just dropped a skit.
Funniest man on the internet dropped another absolute gem, Tory. This one, he is giving a ribbing to. He's making fun of conservative women in America. We got a clip. Yep.
Oh, we got a clip for this. Here we go. Let's listen.
We're praying for all the soldiers and troops.
That's great that you're praying, but how about all the kids that died when the USA hit the towers?
It broke my heart. That is the
Oh, wow. Now, who is this supposed to be?
In what ways have you grown closer to Jesus?
You'll see here, if you're watching on YouTube, look at the faces he's making.
And that is why we say our prayers. And we are all his children. But when I say
it's
children,
so low,
I mean
I
like
can't
the
even hear.
Holy Blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
So a lot of people, Tory, are saying that this is a spoof of Erica Kirk. And they are not happy with that part at all.
You know, Drewski's skits usually have a lot of truth to it because he'll study the subject that he's trying to target and then he'll make the skit. If it's triggering people, then why? Because if there's no truth to it, if it's just, it is what it is, he didn't say who it was.
No, he did not.
So what I'm saying is, why would they be triggered?
So you have multiple clips here. You have the weird faces that Erica Kirk made in the post-Charlie Kirk assassination media tour that she went on. You also have the clips earlier and later in this video where there's pyrotechnics going on, very reminiscent of the celebration of life that Charlie Kirk had in Arizona. There's also, of course, the obvious spoofs that you make about, some white ladies. They're going to go to Starbucks. They're going to order this. They're going to play their pop girly music. So I, again, have to say, Drewski, 10 out of 10, nailed it.
Oh, wow.
Incredible job by Drewski on this one.
And this is just a kind of a spoof on conservative white women?
Conservative white women,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I will say, people have been asking for the remake of White Girls for a long time, right? He did a really good job here. He did a really good job with the makeup. I'm just saying that if there is going to be a remake, that Drewski needs to be part of it, I think.
Oh, wow.
What do you think?
I think that many times when Drewski does a skit, it hits certain people a certain way.
The best part is now he has the Holy Trinity. He's done conservative white woman, he's done NASCAR dad, and he's done like suburban white dude, wearing the skater shirts and the shoes and everything else like that. So he actually has like a universe now of all these people kind of being in the same family, kind of.
Really?
It reminds me of those, do you remember those State Farm commercials with Chris Paul?
Right.
It was Cliff Paul. Drewski kind of has his own universe now when it comes to this, playing these white people. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Well, I'll say this, many times a lot of the art has some truth to it. Now, a lot of times when they put you in front of the spotlight and you make these facial expressions and you talk your certain talking points, a lot of people believe that it's an alt-right talking points, and he's calling it out for what it is. Now, by you being more familiar with the white conservative idea,
a little bit,
does this ring a bell? Does this look?
Yes.
Is this spot on, Andrew?
1,000%, Tory. 1,000%. I have met this woman before. The woman that Drewski is playing, I know her.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. She went to my parents' church. Like,
really?
She was a teacher at one of my schools. Like, I know this woman so well. And that's why I think it's so funny. Because I could look at this and go, like, he has this character to a perfection, to a T. And the same with the NASCAR dad, same with the suburban white kid. Like, Drewski is our generation. For me, he's my generation.
Right.
He is my generation's maybe best comedian. Like, when it comes to doing skits and stuff, like SNL, like Drewski skits always hit. Always hit.
So when you were coming up,
yeah,
you saw white women that acted like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. Well, that's the biggest, testimony to the skit that I can get at this point. Because I've seen shades of what this skit is showing, and I've seen Erica Kirk act like certain things in this skit, but all of the dancing to the music and with the little chihuahua and all of that with the little dog and ordering the lattes and organic things like that, I would have to ask you about that because, like I said, I don't hang out like that.
Tory, we could go to a Whole Foods after the show and we could run into one of these women.
Oh, really?
Oh, I'm telling you right now. Yep. You hang out at, let's call it 11:15 after church gets out in one of these churches. You'd see some of these women walking down the street.
Oh, wow.
It is, like I said, Drewski is a comedic genius. There's no other word to describe it.
With the hair kind of look like Eddie's.
Bleach blonde Eddie, yeah.
If Eddie went bleach blonde, it might look like Eddie a little bit.
That's tough. That's a tough look.
We got Eddie in the chat. Eddie says, "What if a white comedian put on blackface and acted like a black chick twerking?" They didn't already did that. That's already happened, Eddie. That already didn't took place. So hey, he's a little bit behind on it, but we should put the picture of Eddie and the picture of Drewski side by side. Because Eddie always calls in and tries to make a comment on the black community, but now he's in the chat defending this, what you're saying that you see and you were able to see in your neighborhoods when you was coming up. Eddie's trying to defend this.
What do you think, Tory? Put it on the screen. What do you think?
If you watching this, we broadcast live. We got the picture of Eddie and the picture of Drewski. What do y'all think? Hit me up in the chat. This is hilarious. If y'all watch this, we broadcast live. Eddie says, "Wow." Eddie, this is Drewski. And Eddie, look, Eddie covering his chest just like Drewski. And all he's brunette. Eddie has a brunette hairstyle, and Drewski has the blonde. So I don't know. Maybe we leave it up to the chat to say if how this look. Look, they just cracking up in the chat. It's so funny. Hey, look, what else we got going on the Pop Culture Report?
All right, so big news in the music world. Lotto, Big Mama, she touched on her relationship in an interview with Paper Magazine, Tory, saying, quote, "I have nothing to prove to anyone. I have no rumors to clear up." She went on to say, "I've been with my man for years now. I ain't going nowhere. To me, it's clearly a result of me moving and operating how I do." Now, this comes after her pregnancy announcement and her music and people being kind of upset that 21 Savage is the baby daddy allegedly, or the father of this child. So there's a lot going on here.
Do we know if 21 Savage is the actual father?
I don't think that she has said out loud to anybody who the father is, but this is the first time that she said that I've been with my man for years. So this kind of gives us an idea that this isn't just some sort of like fling that they've been having, that she's been doing, like, been behind the scenes with him for a little bit, which totally could be the truth. right? I think it's a weird spot that we're in when people are commenting on female artists in general, but especially when we're commenting on their pregnancy. I don't know. Is nothing sacred anymore? Do we have no lines to cross? I don't really care.
Once you put your business out in the public is always going to be involved.
Yeah.
I want to know who's the father is now, because she's speaking like, I don't care if he is married allegedly with 2 kids. This is my man. If it's 21 Savage. So maybe there's something more to the story. I don't know. Hopefully she has her own, quote unquote baby father that's not married to another woman that has children. I don't know. Allegedly.
It is officially 21 Savages. He posted about it on Instagram.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it feels like, now again, he didn't say like, hey, I'm so happy to have a child with Lotto. His Instagram post was Big Mama, not the little one, on his Instagram story. So all but confirming that he is the father of this child.
Well, while we doing the pop culture report, I looked in the chat. In the chat, somebody saying bring the picture back because they want to see the Eddie resemblance with Drewski. They want to see it. If y'all watch, they said they got here late as we broadcast live. We got a comparison between Drewski and Eddie, and it's almost strikingly, there's some resemblance there. Eddie's just brunette. Look, that's just crazy. I cannot believe how close Drewski's skit is to our boy Eddie.
I just can't believe that we got the hand right too. Like the hands are on the same vibe. It's truly crazy.
Oh wow. You can't even make this up, Truth Nation. We gonna leave it up there until we go to break. But what I'm saying is, you got a situation where I can't comment. See, I'm not gonna be like Eddie and act like I know what's going on in white communities. I hang out. I know I got white friends I talk to. I got white best friends, some of my good friends. But what I'm saying is, yeah, I got a white producer, So I'm not going to comment like I know what's going on. But by you being white and
that's
Andrew,
what they tell me.
Yeah, you've been in your community. You've been raised in your community. What you're saying that Drewski have done is a great example of what you kind of see.
100%. Yeah, and I think anybody that gets really upset about this type of stuff, Tory, is just super sensitive. Like, what happened to, not being a snowflake? Doesn't matter. Like, this is all jokes. It's all fun. Nobody's hurt by Drewski's skits. Like, it's fine. I don't think anybody who's complaining on the internet about this, they need to have bigger things to complain about. There's bigger issues happening than Drewski making fun and poking fun at things.
Right. And that's why I try to tell Eddie.
Yeah.
There's bigger things happening in the world than him trying to come on and cause racial divide.
Brewers and Sox tied up, bottom of the second. J. Cole sat down and discussed his original plans to retire after the fall-off, Tory. He said that he shifted in the last 2 years, and he might not actually retire now. Do we want more J. Cole music?
I think that J. Cole, this last album, the fall-off, a lot of people are saying that it was more of a him going back home type album. So like I said, it vibed with those that it vibed with, and it didn't with those that, didn't vibe with it. But it was more of an album that he's back at. I think he's from North Carolina. I think he's talking about him coming back home, a full circle album.
100%. I got a couple tracks on my playlist. I enjoy it. Put the fork down. There's some songs on that playlist that I like. And finally, Jay-Z adds a third show to the Yankee Stadium tour after an overwhelming demand. Do you see him adding a fourth show? The demand's still going to be pretty high, I think.
So 4 shows.
3 shows.
3
2
shows.
Originally. Now he added a third one for the spillover.
Wasn't this a Roots idea?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a Roots idea. Now Jay-Z then took over.
Hova.
Okay, so now he's having 3 shows at Yankee Stadium packed.
Yep.
3 packed shows. Wow.
You think he adds a 4th?
Here we go. Well, thank you for that pop culture report. Hey, look, when we come back, we going to open up the lines, Truth Nation. I got a question today for Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on March 31st.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in March 31st at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and Elizabeth Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah, Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I got a question on this Thursday. And this is a question that I really need y'all to think, because somebody asked me this question and I just kind of, kind of had to think about it before I answered the question. But I want to ask the question to Truth Nation, and understand that this is a question you only get to have one answer, and I only want to know why you answered it the way you answered it. Don't give me a bunch of things. I just need one answer and why that answer. Okay? So I'm going to say it now for those that are listening, so when you call in, you don't start talking about 20 million things. I only need one answer to this and why. All right. Well, I'm gonna get a question of the day. If you had a person standing next to you and they asked you, what do you want? They will fulfill one of the things that you want. Only one thing. What do you want? And it's from a human aspect. It's not a genie in a bottle. It's not 3 wishes. This is somebody, a regular person, standing next to you and say, what do you want? I will give you the one thing that you want right now. What would you want? And why? Why do you want that? And this is not, I mean, this person can go and get it or go and do it and come back and say, okay, I got you what you want. And then that's it. They say be careful what you ask for, because if you get it, can you maintain it? Can you keep it? 833-212-1017. A person standing next to you, they say, what do you want? They'll go get it, no matter what you say. You say, what do you want? One thing. It's only one thing that they can do, and it's a want. And after that, it's nothing else. They're gone. What do you want? And it's sad because a lot of people, like when it's time to eat, they be like, I ask somebody, well, what do you want to eat? I don't know, or what do you think? Like, it's hard for them to come up with something precise. But if somebody asked you, what do you want? Yeah, they'll go get it. Like, and it's got to be within the ramifications of something that a human can get you. It can't be nothing wild and crazy and no fantasy or nothing. What do you want? And presto, I'm going to go do that one thing. It can't be cash. It can't be cash. It's a want. It can't be cash. You can't say, I want $1 million. You can't do that. No. What do you want? I'm going to go get it. 833-212-1017. We got Don on the lines.
833.
How you doing, Don?
Hi.
Hey, turn the radio down. Turn your radio down a little bit so we can hear you.
Okay, I did. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get out of my car now. What I would really like, it's not for money or nothing like that, just no crime in the city. Actually, just all over.
Well, that person can't do that. It's not a genie. They're not a genie. It's not a magic. It's a person standing next to you, and they asking you what you want, and they'll go get it.
Okay. It's a person. Then.
I mean, that's why I said, like, you got to think about what I'm asking you now. I'm saying, I'm standing next to you. What do you want? It can't be cash, but I'll go get it.
It's like a riddle.
I guess she had to go think about it. But in an imaginary sense, her wanting to stop violence, that's the kind of the mode where people go. Kind of like, okay, stop the violence. No, that's a wish. That's a genie. We talking about, well, picture Tory Lowe standing next to you saying, okay, what do you want? Like, I'm going to go get it. Can't be cash. It can't, some people might say a sandwich. Some kind of sandwich. I don't know. But this is something that people have a real hard time with in real life with this question for some reason. I even had the same issue. The one thing that you would want that's realistic. No, it's not cash. What would it be? Andrew, what would you want?
Kindness.
I can't do that. You can be kind yourself. I'm asking you to I'm going to go get something that you want.
You're standing next to me, random guy on the street.
I can't give you kindness.
You can't give kindness?
No, I'm just asking you what you want. You asking me to give you kindness.
Yeah, that's it.
See, you don't even get the question. Y'all not even getting the question. It's not an easy question because I'm not a genie. What is your version of kindness? Well, how do I know what kindness means to you? Kindness is, I'm nice to you now. I'm already giving you kindness.
That's it.
What I'm saying is you already got that. You don't have to want that.
From a stranger, I would.
But listen to what I'm saying. This is why the question is so difficult because people don't know what they want. Like, No, I'm a regular person. I'm just asking you what you want. I'm already giving you kindness. You already got that from me.
Okay.
Okay, so I
thought you were a stranger.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get you in the space to tell me what is the one thing you want. Can't be cash.
Got a stick of gum?
Okay, all right, then I can give you some gum. 833-212-1017. Hey, it's a tough question for a lot of people. Have not really tapped in to the realistic idea. Okay, Elon Musk standing next to you, say, okay, what do you want? You can't get cash, but I'll get you what you want. You gonna say a stick of gum? I doubt it. All right, 833-212-1017. Donna's back on the line. How you doing, Donna?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, you said it can't be, no cash. Now you just said if it was Elon Musk.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get you in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Like, I can go get you what you want.
Okay, I really want a new vehicle, although that's not nothing that I really need just because my car is older, but I really want one because you said I can't say nothing about the slap the crime or the violence or whatever.
But then I'll go get the vehicle. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, you want a new vehicle?
But it's not one of them ugly those Tesla. I think those are the ugliest cars. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so then I can go get you a car.
Yes.
All right, there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go get you a car. Problem solved. Now I'm gone.
Are you able to get it?
Yeah, I'm going to get it. Yeah. No, what I'm saying is, this is why I say it's difficult to answer the question, because when somebody says, okay, well, what do you want? It's always something that's way out there in imaginary, like, world peace, stuff like that. Like, no, I'm talking about individually, what do you want? And so you said a car. Okay.
Yeah.
Car.
You want a different vehicle.
You said that you wanted a new car. You know.
Right.
Boom. Simple.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate you for calling back and trying to get that out there. But a lot of times thank you, Donna. A lot of times that conversation, a lot of people, like if you were around people like, well, what do you want? Sometimes a lot of people will default into something. Like I see in the chat, somebody said something about potholes, like I was like, okay, well, that's not something the individual can do for you. Like,
get a shovel.
Yeah, like that's we all don't want potholes. That's a city decision. You know what I mean? But what do you want? Like, do you want? I can't even give you I don't want to give out no examples because I don't want you to defer to those examples. I'm just trying to leave it wide open because maybe you have a need. Maybe there's a business that you wanted to start. See, now people going to start adjusting the conversation. I didn't want to do that, but what do you want? It's a tough conversation because people have never been in a position to get that one thing that they may want from somebody. I would just tell the other person that I want them to have a great day. That's simple enough. Okay, well, she's saying, okay, well, I want you to have a great day.
I feel like that's a good answer.
I'm just saying. So you can have any of your wants and you just want the person to have a great day.
Can a man not be selfless?
No, I'm selfless a lot of times.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, I think that I would say I want Well, see, once I throw out what I want, then all of a sudden, here we go. See, I don't want to ruin it. I'm gonna put what I would know what I would eventually want. But I'm going to open up the lines, 833-212-1017. If somebody could get you what you want, like if you had a need or some things that, maybe you need something done around the house, a want. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship because that for them is freedom.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
The legendary Broadway show is back. The Wiz. The Chicago Sun-Times raves. It's an eye-popping, high-intensity revival. The music, the voices, the legend returns. Entertainment Weekly says, run, don't ease on down to this spectacular revival. The Wiz. Playing the Marcus Center, March 24th through 29th. Tickets at marcuscenter.org.
You spend more than 2,500 hours a year on your mattress, so is your mattress working for you? It's time to upgrade your sleep game during Steinhoffel's Mattress Madness. Their sleep experts will match you with the perfect mattress so you can wake up rested, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. Shop all the top brands at unbeatable prices, plus enjoy free delivery and a 120-night sleep guarantee so you can rest easy knowing you made the right choice. Shop Mattress Madness in-store at steinhoffels.com today.
Calling all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce, and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. The question of the day, and I don't believe people got this one. This question is tough. A lot of people don't even know what they want. I mean, this is something that's not a genie. It's a regular person standing next to you. They're asking you what you want. You can't ask for cash. What do you want? I'll go get it. Andrew said a stick of gum. And I said, wow, a stick of gum? Well, you got halitosis? You got bad gut health? You know, what? Why would you want a stick of gum? Okay, well, hopefully it helps it out. Helps out the situation. You know, maybe that's what you need. Fresh breath. I don't know. 833-2.
Good first step to a lot of things.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you want your breath to be minty fresh. You know, you could have asked for a dentist appointment to get rid of the halitosis. I would have set the appointment up. Got you that, you know, what you really needed. 833-212-1017. We got Kathy on the lines. How you doing, Kathy?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I don't think they really are sure what you're saying, but I can use some carpeting in my living room.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you're saying something like that, or somebody might say, oh, my snowblower, I need a new snowblower, or I need a lawnmower that just broke last year.
Yeah, something that you want. Yeah.
Right, so you can use it, make sense and tangible, you know, like that. So, yeah, so I can use a new carpet in my living room. You can go to Menards and get that.
Mm-hmm. So you saying that, okay, if somebody said, okay, what do you want? You say, okay, I need new carpeting in your living room. Why? Because the old carpet is X, Y, and Z. I just need to get rid of it. I just want new carpet. Okay, I can go do that. I'm gonna go get that done. Like that. These are things that wants. You know, many times people have wants, but they don't have. Nobody really is trying to give them a lot of the things that they want. So it becomes a difficult question when they get asked that question because nobody ever tried to give them what they wanted.
Right, they're looking into it too deep. It's like me saying, you know what I want? I need a new blender. You know, my blender broke. Or I need a new pair of fresh gloves or something. You want something basic and tangible, and you can actually go get that and they'll be set. But I understand where you're coming from. I'm going to try that on a group of people next time a week. So I said, what do y'all want? And it can't be money. It can't be a car. So if you think about what's in your house or, you know, like you said, well, I need to get a pedicure done today. I got $30 for you. You know, something like that. You know, or you need a new pair of glasses, reading glasses, you know, something new. Like, or my iron went out. Corey, can you go get me an iron?
Mm-hmm. Things like that, like wants, like things that you want, like that you probably can't get, you know. When people ask certain people what they want, they talk about world peace. You know, something that nobody can give you, you know, like that's unrealistic, you know. We trying to get a realistic one, and I learned that. I even had a problem with this when somebody asked me that, and I was like, you know, okay, dang, like I was so far out there, like, you know, we are taught to do the genie in a bottle wishes, or I want $1 million wishes, you know. But when it comes to individual things that we need to improve our lives, we struggle in that space sometimes.
Oh, I need a tutor. You know, okay, so I do it that way. So I understand. You said, well, I need a tutor. I got a problem with a math class. So I understand you said that's more of a need tutor that you can help somebody with. That's what you would need or want. You know, I'm trying to help you out with people giving ideas of what they kind of need.
Right.
You know, I need somebody to help me with my grass today. I broke my arm. You know, like I said, somebody that they need. And like I said, I think people are looking at it a little too deep. If you want to get me that car, I'll take that too. Mazda I got out. You know, but I think that's kind of unrealistic too, though.
Well, I appreciate you for getting us in the right space. Yeah, I appreciate you, Kathy. Like I said, it's just a tough question because sometimes we don't think in a way where sometimes we need things in our lives and nobody asks us, hey, you know, what do you need in your life right now that'll make your life better? Things that you can have. That's, you know, like she said, carpet. I need a new carpet. My old carpet is trash. Okay, I'm gonna go get that new carpet. It's just things. It's really not a difficult question. It's just we overthink it. Kai, how you doing, Kai?
I'm good, Tory. How you doing?
Blessings. How you doing today? What?
I'm good.
What you want? If somebody can give you what you wanted, one thing you wanted.
If somebody can give me something I wanted, it would be a good lawyer.
A good lawyer. Okay. Hook you up with a good lawyer. And why?
Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to find a civil rights lawyer to help me with some issues I'm having with his school. It's a private school, so I'm having a lot of lawyers telling me they can't help me or they just refusing to.
Okay, so was the situation an injury? Was the situation something with an IEP?
It was kind of like an injury. He was attacked at a basketball game that he was participating in, and the school wound up kicking him out of school. They filed what do you call it, a complaint. He was booked into their system at the jail, and it was just a whole big thing. And
so
nobody.
They called the police on him?
Yes, the police were at the school because of the school that he was playing. So the police were already there. So one of the people from the audience, like a kid that used to go to the school, he actually came out of where he was sitting to attack my son because he had an issue with him prior to him going to the school. So he attacked my son during a basketball game, and it all ended up where my son had to be homeschooled and everything, and I've been looking for a lawyer for 2 years.
Have you ever called the police?
The police told me I couldn't even press charges against the person that attacked him. And at the time, my son he had just turned 16, and the boy that attacked him was an 18-year-old. He had already graduated high school. They told me I couldn't even file charges against the person that attacked him.
Was this Milwaukee PD?
This was Greendale.
Oh, here we go. Was it white and black going on, or black, white, black?
No, it was another black student.
Mm-hmm.
It was another black student. But what they did was the principal who made all of these decisions, after they homeschooled my son, they paid for it too. I didn't have to pay for him to go to homeschool. They allowed him to come back to the school, but when he came back to the school, the principal who made those decisions was removed. So if he didn't do nothing wrong, why did you take him out to space?
Okay, leave Andrew your number, and I'll try to break this down a little bit more to see why the lawyers are not taking it. I can listen to a little bit more of it, kind of do a little bit more deep dive, and I can try to kind of steer you in the right direction. So leave Andrew your number. Andrew, get her number. I appreciate it. I'm gonna look through this situation and I can probably see what can happen. Appreciate you for tapping in, Kai. Mr. Lee. How you doing, Mr. Lee?
Hello. Hey, how you doing, sir? Thank you for many blessings. And that question that you had about, if there was something that I wanted, and it's oftentimes hard for me to answer something like that because with me, I feel like my wants are pretty much well taken care of. Mm-hmm. Anything that I wanted, as far as if it's in my reach or if it's going to take my determination and I can get it. Right. But sometimes it's the needs that far outweigh the want. Mm-hmm. A lot of times I've been faced with, you get a lot of individuals, you're going in and out the gas stations and they want something, or you come across somebody that wants something, and I oftentimes give them something that I can provide, and it goes something like this. I'll tell them straight up. I say, well, I can give you some, food. You need some food? I can give you some food. Food for thought, food for the belly, or food for the spirit. And any one of those can be beneficial to what somebody may
if they can use the
need.
Advice, yeah.
If they can use the advice. The want portion, again, for me, it's a hard one to answer because I feel like I really truly don't want for nothing. I'm not in the desperate for my wants, but what the need, I want to see the needs of this community fulfilled. And I know when you explain it, hey, well, those are,
those are broad, grandiose ideas, yeah.
Right. But when it comes to individual, again, the one of items, I'm not really interested. But yeah, to share some food. I want to share some, like I said, food for thought, food for the spirit, and food for the belly. And I think out of that, with that being said, and like how you have the community coming together to do the cleanups, that will invoke more of the approach for these wants and needs to be met. All right, I'll leave it at that.
I agree with that. I appreciate you for tapping in. A lot of times, a lot of us, we work so hard that we don't want a lot of things, I think that, sometimes somebody would say, hey, look, Tory, many times somebody would ask me. That's why I said I had a difficult time answering the conversation because it's nothing that I truly want for myself like that. But then I thought about it. If I did get the opportunity, now I could ask for a want, and it'll make sense to me, even though I feel that there's very few things that I really want like that. So I understand, Mr. Lee, what you're saying, because many times as men, we kind of have to fight, grind it out. We don't want no handouts. We don't want nobody giving us anything. But if let me tell you something. If somebody was standing next to me and they asked me the question, it took me a minute to think about it. But once I thought about it and got it all together in my mind, okay, let me answer this question correctly, I got the right outcome that would probably allow me to continue to do a lot of things that I want to do for the community. So that was crazy. That's a crazy question. I think I felt just like Mr. Lee when I first heard it. When we come back, we got Brother Love on the lines. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, I'm Greg Fritsch, president of the Center for Veterans Issues, inviting you to get involved in supporting the CVI mission. The Center for Veterans Issues is proud to serve veterans across Wisconsin. Each year, we help more than 1,200 veterans stay housed, find meaningful employment, and connect with the support they've earned. From housing assistance and job training to case management and suicide prevention outreach, our team is here to help veterans build stable, independent lives. If you're a veteran in need of support, visit cvivet.org. Donations can also be accepted at cvivet.org/donate.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks traveled to Portland to face Drew Holiday and the Trailblazers. The Bucks lost 99-130, but with a great game from Ryan Rollins as he put up 34 points. Doc Rivers after the game.
I think Drew's been phenomenal for this team because you can see them doing all the things he's done all his career. So they're a physical, tough basketball team. When we don't have your parts, you're going to struggle a little.
Bucks are back at it Saturday against the Spurs, who are on fire currently. Today is the day for Brewers fans. Opening day is finally here. The Miz is your starting pitcher for the new year. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. You can listen to our sister station, 620 WTMJ Radio, to listen to the game. The Badgers women's basketball team are on fire in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. They play Harvard tonight at 6:30. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
I give thanks for the fight, for the victory won. My cup run it over. God bless Tory Lowe. He been fighting the power for the lost and the voiceless. Through the highs and the lows. Advocate Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day. If somebody was standing next to you and say, hey, what do you want? What would it be? You only get one thing that you want. Something that they can actually go do. Not nothing so far out there that, it's some of y'all praying for Jesus for world peace and it ain't happening. So I'm just saying, something that a person could go and get done, the one thing that you may want that they can go get done. 833-212-1017. Somebody in the chat says a brand new Ford truck. Eric Jones says a brand new Ford truck. Okay, I'll go get it. That's obtainable. Why he wants the Ford truck? Maybe he has a business. Maybe he has something that he can do with the brand new Ford truck. I also saw something else in the chat. I think Mo the Elephant in the chat said he would want his debt canceled. Now, I don't know if that person could do that. Maybe he could set you up with like a credit rehabilitation and work on it that way. I can set you up with some people that can get your credit score together, do a lot of disputes. I can dispute some of that, some of them bills. 833-212-1017. Brother Love. How you doing, Brother Love?
Hey, Tory, man. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. No, Thursday. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Oh,
yeah,
man,
it's
okay.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'm off. Okay.
Hey, you look, sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah, man.
If a person asks you what you want, and they'll go get it, one thing, what would be the want and why?
Well, Tory, a lot of my best friends, my thing is, I was so upset and so heartbroken and angry. A lot of my best friends beat me in pool. They won the first three, and I won the last one. If I had one thing I want, Tory, I want to challenge you to a game of pool one day after the cleanup.
to a game of pool?
I don't remember how to play. Do you shoot three? Do I get 3 goals and then you go? I can't remember.
Oh wow! No, you gotta knock the balls down because if you miss, then it's my turn.
Oh,
you sound like you got pool sharked.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, Tory. Hey, Tory, if you win, man, I'm gonna come to the cleanups for a lifetime, man.
No, I don't want to make you play a game to bet you to come out and do some work.
No. It just makes me more. You know what I'm saying? More. It just makes me
when
more.
When you in debt, you work harder.
Invigorating. Yeah. Because I'm tired of losing. I know you can sing some. I know you might can sing some amazing trick shots.
Well, I was in a part of a pool league at one point, so.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. See,
it's been a while.
So, yeah. But that is, man. You and then, man. Get some pool sticks. I just want you bring your own pool stick, and I bring my own pool stick.
Okay. Well, we can see if we can make that happen, Brother Love.
Okay, brother. Thanks. Have a good one.
All right. God bless you. We're going to get out for a game of pool, I guess, Andrew. You're going to have to be the judge.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to judge pool.
You got to be the witness.
Did the ball go in? Did it not?
Right.
Okay.
Or if he loses, then you got to hold him accountable to come to every cleanup that take place.
That's easy. We got that.
All right. Well, like I said, it's not a tough question, but to some, I'm trying to get to the point that some people have never thought about it like that.
So we've been on pins and needles. We wanted to hear your answer.
My answer is I would ask for some land. I would ask for some land. How much land can you give me? Because I would do something with it, build a community center on it. I would put stuff on it, but sometimes it's just hard to get the land. So I would ask for some land.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, give me some land. And I don't know what you're capable of giving me, but give me as much land as you can, because that's what I want, because I can do a lot with that. I could put up a center if I wanted to. I could put that up, build on it, whatever. Put things on it that I feel like I want to use it for. But land would be my want. Give me some land.
Not a bad answer.
Yeah, because after I get the land, I can do anything.
They're not making more of it.
Right. So somebody would have to go get some. Or somebody have to figure out how to get me the land. Now, I wouldn't give a number. I would just say however much land you can bring me. Like, that's over an acre, that's fine. Because I could put in things I would want to do for the community, put in a foundation on there, put activities for the youth on there that I feel like I want to do. Land. No strings attached. Maybe, and make sure I can build on it.
Good land.
Yeah. Or I'll just ask for some gum.
Like I said, I don't think it's a bad answer.
Hey, land is something that I would love to have. And like I said, or he could just go to the 40 acres in the mule and just give me that. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. But give me some land and as much of it as you can. And then I'll take it from there. Hey, look, here we go. Also, somebody in the talk to text says, I want a house paid for, including taxes.
That's where they get you.
A house without debt.
You buy a house, they get you on those taxes.
6501 says, I would like a fully furnished home, newly remodeled. Hey, stuff like that. Make them work. 833-212-1017 if you want to answer the question of the day. I want to get into a couple stories. Earlier in the show, we talked about NPS and the budget cuts and the teachers that are, not the teachers, but some of the jobs that were being cut. And we talked about that, but it was some other things that I wanted to go and talk about when we want to. Milwaukee police is planning a curfew center for young offenders. I want to talk about that. They trying to put up a curfew center. If they catch your kid out past 10, they could probably put them in this curfew center till the parents come and pick them up. So sounds like what they're throwing out there is an idea. I recently started posting on my page. It's 10 p.m. It's after 10 p.m. Do you know where your kid's at? And a lot of people chiming in because, like I said, this is becoming a huge concern, kids being out there outside of curfew, being outside of curfew. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll talk about that. Also, we got Mr. Lee on the line. Mr. Lee called back. We're going to try to see what Mr. Lee talking about. And I want to talk about this curfew center that they're trying to put up. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Milwaukee, this is the night you don't want to miss. The Analysis Live is back, March 27th at the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee. You never know who's going to step on stage. The Analysis has shocked the crowd in past years with surprise appearances by Giannis and Stephen A. Smith. This year, Ric Flair headlines the Analysis Live. The WWE legend, the Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy. You know there will be plenty of surprises. Friday night, March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Lock in your tickets now. TALiveshow.com. That's TALiveshow.com.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Cause my enemy can't kill my spirit. They can't kill my spirit. Tory Lowe can't live my spirit. Cause the devil trying to kill my spirit. Feeling myself two-step, then I do my dance. Advocate, take the charge, play your hand. All white like a swan, stepping with the sauce. With the pep in your step, guess you should've brought the sauce. Cut the check, say the truth, know I'm feeling better. I need to go to
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Question of the day: if somebody asked you what you want, you can only get one thing that you want, what would it be? And it can't be nothing that you would ask of the genie or something grandiose, something that you want to help you out. 833-212-1017. We got Mr. Lee back on the lines. Let's see what Mr. Lee, how you doing, Mr. Lee?
Hey, I'm back. I appreciate you, sir, again for accepting my call. I know exactly what I want, and I believe Truth Nation would want this as well. Maybe just an hour of Big Brother DZ, Benjamin, Brother DJ Z, Noni Juice, Melanie Ritz, Kyle Wallace, just an hour of those guys at a Truth Roundtable session just to hear them guys out. I miss them, you know.
Well, like I said, I think if you contact them, they got Kyle. All of these people, I still talk to all of them. I mean, so that would be a nice conversation. I think that would be powerful.
Yeah, if you can make that hour happen, man, hey, I believe that's something that we want.
Well, let's see. Let's see if it's a Truth Summit that come up, and we can see if we can get them, get the return of a lot of those individual personalities that have been on the Truth over the last 5 years. That'd be powerful.
Message. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you for tapping in. Veronica, how you doing, Veronica?
I'm doing awesome.
Blessings, Queen. Now, what would be the one thing that you would want if you were asked?
I would want my kids back in a house and the trouble and the problems to go away.
So there's a situation going on where you don't have your children.
Yeah, and it's based on, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But yeah, I have twins and an oldest. Been in the system is messed up for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having problems. I did all type of solutions, resources. I did parenting class, a lot. And I still didn't mouth up to them. They talking about my, mental is not stable, but I feel that my mental is. When you out there trying to get the help and the support, it's not there. When I told that my support was around and it's never. Like, which is my family, no.
Mm-hmm.
My friends, no. It's just I go through resource to get things, but the system up here is messed up when it's hard for you to get your kids.
And how they've been in the system for how many years? 8 years?
9-year-old.
So from the time they was born?
Everything, the producers
So from the time they was born, did they take them after your labor? Right after labor,
No.
or
right after labor.
that? While you was in the hospital?
Yeah.
So they mean they red flagged your pregnancy?
No, basically, it's on what people say, like
family
you know
members.
how people come to the hospital, and that was the cost of it, and a lot. It's hard getting back once you get to classes and everything. I did get my voice heard, and I needed and still need help. Like, it's like confusing, because I asked someone in Chicago, and they said, that ain't right. I need to get a paid lawyer.
All right,
in my situation, but
I deal with a lot of these situations. Andrew, get this number, and then I'll go over. Tell me something, because it's some things I know you can't.
Like,
I know some things you can't say on the air,
bullied
but
when I've been getting bullied.
I want to ask you some questions.
It happened. Okay, I was getting bullied, and it was blamed me. I was the reason, but it wasn't. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because my twins got taken, and I'm dealing with a situation with them too.
All right, so I know you can't answer a lot of questions on air because I deal with this. I've dealt with this for the last 16 years. I can try to give you a roundabout way to deal with it if I can just get a little bit more information from you. Andrew, get her number and then call. I'll call you after the show and I'll try to see where you at with that. I appreciate you for calling in, Veronica. Hey. We got Barbara on the line, 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. How you doing, Barbara?
Oh, I'm blessing you.
Fine. Turn the radio down a little bit so we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hey.
If someone asked you what you want, what would it be?
Some windows for my condo.
Windows for the condo.
Yes.
So, and that's because the windows at your condo is it old? Old windows?
They real old windows, and I be freezing every time it get cold, and I'm tired of being cold. And the windows turn white, and water come through the windows.
Windows for condo.
Yes, I've been trying to get some, but everybody come out. They too expensive, and I can't afford it.
I thought they had how old? I mean, I don't want to ask your age, but I thought that they had a program for the elders when it comes to home repair.
They say they don't do condos at all. If it was your own house, they'll come out and do it.
Do y'all have a HOA?
Yeah, we got an HOA, but they said once you buy the condos, I didn't know that you're on your own with your windows, but they got to be the same windows that go in.
They got to match.
Yes.
Okay. Andrew, take her number down. Let's see if we can. I'm just going to try to do some digging to see if I could get something going with this. And see if I can give them your name and your phone number. I'm going to try to see if I could talk to a couple people to see what can happen. I appreciate you for tapping in, Barbara, because we do have a partner here that does windows, Pella. So maybe I can talk to Pella and see what would be something that can happen, and then I'll let her know. So, hey, I'm just trying to see. Also, I got an interesting talk to text that I want to read. We'll talk about the curfew coming up, but I want to get through the people first. But we got to talk to text. 8267 says, I'm a frequent listener, and I noticed that I have not heard a caller that Black conscious. I always like to hear commentary. I hope that he is doing well. Last time he called in, he mentioned that his wife was ill. I hope and pray she is doing well. not to take you off topic, Black Conscious, if you're listening, give us a call in 833-212-1017 to give us an update on what's going on. I know when he called the last time, we had sent up prayers for his family, but we have somebody on the Talk to Text line that's worried about you, Black Conscious. Give us a call in, get us an update. Hey, I hope everything is well with Black Conscious. We have what's going on, Andrew?
Black Conscious called in a couple days ago. We just couldn't get to him.
Okay,
so, yeah, he's called in.
Okay, so Black Conscious called in late at 3:30 or something like that?
Yeah. He's been around.
Okay, so he has called in a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Black Conscious, somebody's worried about you. Who we got on the lines, Andrew? Do we have anybody on the lines? Okay, so I guess. Oh, wait, well, we talking about this Milwaukee police. They're planning a curfew center for young offenders. And this is something that I want to bring to Truth Nation because is this a solution for what's happening with these young people that's out here after curfew? If you listening, if you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Days after a violent weekend on Water Street, 12 News asked Milwaukee police about its plans to restore order downtown.
We've really worked with Department of Community Wellness and Safety, and we're going to be establishing a pilot program for a curfew center on Fridays and Saturday nights.
According to city ordinance, anyone 17 and younger is not allowed on the streets from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Officers now looking to take young offenders to a curfew center.
The goal is we're able to get some of these youth and then take them to the facility. We can drop them off and get those police officers back into patrol as fast as we can.
The location of the curfew center is still in the works. Milwaukee Police Captain Robert Teal explains what will happen to the teens once they get there.
And try and get them some wraparound services to figure out what's causing the curfew. Is it home issues? Is it food issues?
Teens would not be under arrest and sometimes not even cited. A parent or caregiver would then need to pick them up. Are you aware of these plans?
I'm having conversations about everything, every possible tool, every possible option to keep the citizens of Milwaukee safe.
Milwaukee's mayor on board. MPD says it's been working on the curfew center with the city's Department of Community Wellness and Safety.
I believe Karen Tyler is going to be official director. I think it's today, and then we can keep moving forward on this.
This summer?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping within the next week or two.
But in a twist, the Common Council Tuesday moved to delay confirming Karen Tyler as director.
I have some grave concerns in regards to the appointment's ability to run a department.
Alderwoman Charlene Moore wanting more time to further vet the mayor's appointment of Tyler.
And it's not necessarily about the individual, it's about what is it that the council is in charge to do. And it's making sure that they are qualified individuals and leaders that are heading city departments.
All right, well, Karen Tyler's appointment was delayed, and what's going to happen at this curfew center? So you got all these kids, they're not under arrest, they're not in handcuffs, so are they going to just be hanging out till their parents come? They're going to get some wraparound service, and hold on, 9 times out of 10, a lot of these kids had already been to all kinds of service. If they out hanging out late at night, they didn't already, probably the parents didn't already probably did all they could to try the school or some services probably been offered to these kids. So they're going to put them into a facility unhandcuffed. What if some of the people that they're into it with are in the crowd? Do they go to the center? Do they separate them? That's going to be a lot right there. They're not under arrest, though. They just out past curfew. Is this even legal to do? Is this even something legal that you can even do? I'm interested. Hey, look, when we come back, we're going to keep the lines open. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back. on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
This is my first time calling in, but I listen to you all the time, and I appreciate you and with Bill Brown and everything you stand for and everything that you do. So I want to say thank you so much for being you.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
Hey, man, this station is on fire the last couple days.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory, Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And Andrew, do we got an update on the Brewers? It's Brewers opening day. Give me an update. What's going on?
Yes, we do. Brewers lead 5-1.
What inning?
It's bottom of the fifth. Top of the sixth, 8-1 Brewers.
Okay, that's what's up. 8-1. What's the score? Like, and I'm confused.
8-1. Top of the sixth. White Sox at the bat.
Okay.
Problem is we're answering phone calls back here.
I know. That's why I said. I mean, let's try to, let's
get it right.
Let's get it right. Right. The salute to the Brewers opening day. Let me get this right. They up 8-1. 8-1. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We had a question. If somebody asked you what you wanted, a regular person asked you what you wanted, what would you want? And now I want to open up the lines for another conversation. Milwaukee police planning a curfew center for young offenders. We played some audio before we went to break, but there was somebody that hit me up in the chat. 8509 says that they did this when I was younger. Remember Tabs? I guess it was a program called Tabs, where they would gather the young people that was out past curfew and put them into a center space or convention center space or some kind of space, and then they would probably contact the parents or offer them some type of service. If you want to chime in on that, 833-212-1017. Al, we got Al on the lines. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fine. The only thing that amazes me is, why does it always have to take until they mess with white folks' money for somebody who's black to get proactive? See, when they were showing their little asses all over the city, oh, we don't know nothing, we got to figure something out. When every guardian, when every child who is doing young adult situation has a legal guardian till they're 18, out of something we don't know nothing to do. But when it's dealing with white money, now you want to get proactive. That's what I don't get. Why you ain't trying to give these parents tickets? Why you ain't trying to put them in military school?
Right.
ROTC or something. It seems like every time it comes to them white folks, and now you want to get proactive. When people was dying from reckless driving, you didn't know what you wanted to do. Then you put them Lego Miegos, which is bumping tires. Then you putting all these ghetto Section 8 up 100 union houses at Midtown, and now you don't know what you're going to do. Now it's white folks' money. Now you're proactive. I want to say something worse there, but I think it's real effed up. And like I said before, he's out of touch. And to me, that's just another place for babysitting. Put them in something that can keep them off the streets. Put a military school, a ROTC. Goddamn, you're black. You came from 53206. You talked about how your mama couldn't pay a goddamn rent. You should know something.
Wow.
Just disgusting. Have a good day.
Wow. It's downtown. They got to protect their fortress. They building downtown up. We downtown right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. I already know when I see problems downtown, they not going to have that. And to have something done is a must. I remember when Tweezy, the situation with young Tweezy and all those that were affected by the shooting, the mass shooting that took place downtown around July. They had wanted answers at that point. And so I guess all of the plans that they installed, now we got another situation, and here we go again. And they're trying to figure it out. But I guess the detention center for the kids that are out past curfew is something that they want to push forward. I guess they're working with the Office of Wellness and Safety for this plan. I guess this is something that I don't know. I mean, what if somebody get hurt inside the facility, and then the parents call me? They got the kid. They doing fight clubs and stuff. So I don't know. what if something happens? Who's liable if they pick them up off the street? They're not under arrest. They're out past curfew. They're not under arrest. They get moved into this facility. A fight breaks out. A kid breaks their arm. Something happens, and I get a call. What is that? I'm just trying to figure it out. Do they understand that things can happen once you take kids and put them in a certain space and clump them all together? That don't mean it's probably cool for downtown, but what's going to happen if something happens in these facilities? Is the city on, who's going to take responsibility for that? The parent or the city? I would like for somebody to answer that question. We got that one day on the lines. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Blessings.
I think that's nice. Okay, I think we're in the right direction of what we're trying to do here. I think we need to get creative here with the kids.
Uh-huh.
I think they should be more supervised, and we should see them more as recreational centers for the kids.
Like having, do you put games in there? Do you put video games in there?
Yeah, instead of just throwing them in one big room waiting for the parents. It's just going to give them the vibes of they're being punished. You know what I mean? Let's encourage them because they're bored. They want to do something. So let's try to be encouraging, and let's make these centers more recreational. Put a basketball court, soccer field outside, games to do. Even get a PS5 or an Xbox and then throw a little video game ring. But everything has to be supervised. We can't just let these kids go full.
I agree.
But we have to get creative here. I think we're in the right direction.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking my call. It's nice talking to you.
I appreciate you for tapping in. I appreciate that. This is where we got to make sure that we kind of think these ideas out. And like Al said, where was this plan? Where was the neighborhood development? Where was when it was happening outside of the downtown area? Now all of a sudden there's something going on downtown, and now they saying that they may have this situation where the young people at. But okay, is this well thought out? And if it is, then fine. That one day said, that last caller just said that he think that we're going in the right direction, but we got to get creative, and let's see what happens. 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. Also, I want to talk about this grocery store. We've been talking about food deserts. They're saying that a lot of the grocery stores are closing down. Well, a grocery store is reopening in Milwaukee's north side. We got one that's reopening. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got the story. Let's listen. Okay, so Andrew don't have the story pulled up right now, but let me take a call while he get that pulled up. We got Millicent on the lines. How you doing, Millicent?
I'm doing well. I'm just curious. Why are we always trying to give the children what they want instead of what they need? I get y'all talking about give them games and things like that.
No, that was one day said that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But how about if we give them some books to read? That's what they need. They don't need games. They don't. Your mama giving you games. That she giving you what you don't need. So why would we break out and then give them the same thing they do not need? They need books.
So a reading center, like a library,
or the library. Y'all keep saying these kids don't have nothing to do. They don't have nothing to do. They don't have nothing to do. But the library never closed. Go read. Reading will take you anywhere you want to go, and it might help you improve your life. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
All right. Hey, that's maybe put some books in there. Grab a book. Get some reading time in. And if you're out there and you're supposed to be in high school, maybe get some homework assignments caught up. Maybe have a computer in there where you can catch up on your assignments or something. I don't know. It's a lot. But at the end of the day, if they out past 10, they ain't even thinking about reading or none of that stuff. I mean, but like I said, maybe we can shape the culture. We just got to get the minds together. What do these kids need in this detention center if they're going to be out late and you're going to put them in there and you're going to clump them all in there? Is it just a room, like a gym, like a big old room, and they just sitting in there? Now, an idle mind is a devil's playhouse. So if they get in there and they idle, then somebody start fighting, and they start fighting, and somebody get a broken bone, or some serious injury, then what is that? That's all I'm saying. Who's responsible for that? Winky Blue. How you doing, Wink?
Hey, how you doing, my man? You just stole my thunder, man. You just stole my thunder. You took what I was finna say. Because if they out at 10 o'clock at night, they ain't thinking about no Xbox. They ain't thinking about none of that kind of stuff. They you ain't no games and none of that. This is what happens though is you start to put them in squad cars, especially a kid that never been arrested. You start to abstract the fear of the police out of them. The more reaction they got with a police officer, the more the fear goes away. And a kid that could have been straightened out or that's good, the fear is no longer there, and so the behavior progressed. And so you're talking about and then you're only talking about Fridays and Saturdays. That's for white folk to come down and enjoy themselves. They're gonna be protected. So what about the rest of the day? What about, we used to have truancy things where they would pick the kids up and take them to a boys club, and they'd have to sit there. If they're gonna really do that, it needs to be implemented the right way. And then here's something else, Tory. When they pick up some of them kids, a lot of them kids is in the foster care system already. So do they foster parents be brought up to be looked at? Why those kids are not why those kids are not they've been put in foster care for a reason. So why are they not being protected? Because they're in social CPS, protective custody, child protective services. So why are they not being protected? Why are you allowing them to run on the streets? Then that opens up the whole can of worms, man. You talk about wraparound services. Now you bringing in CPS. Now you finna bring in people, a woman that's got kids, a mom and a dad that's got kids that they're monitoring at home, but you got a 16-year-old that's in the streets and you can't hardly handle him or her. So now we got other. It's a real. Hey, man, it's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. When you start offering that,
a woman might lose every kid that's in the house due to a kid that's hanging out late.
That's right. So what we got going here is you got to be careful how you implement that and how you receive that. But I will say this: it's a good idea. It's a good start because who knows what we might get off the street? We might get guns off the street. We might get a lot of stuff. And guess what? They're going to say it's racial profiling. But as long as I can see some white folk being put in there too, and some black, and some other kind of people put in there, I ain't got no problem with it. Profile them, get them off the street. You know what I mean?
As long as it's across the board.
As long as it's across the board, and we just don't need no Friday and Saturday. Man, that facility need to go up, and we can probably be a landmark for across the nation because our young folk, man, are being injured and killed and killing right now. So we need to do something about them, man. And that I think that's a good idea, but I don't think just Friday and Saturday. And remember, though, every time we put a good one in there, a good kid, and he has that interaction with a police officer, the fear is abstracted from him. Pretty soon we got a full-blown from, I don't care about going to jail. I don't care about them. Now he got that attitude. So we got to be careful how you implement that. But what about the foster care people? I want to see their butts. I really want to see them brought up on something, Doc, because half of these kids that's in our streets right now is already a part of the system. The foster care parent is the one that is liable for a whole lot of this
hold the foster care parent accountable. Hey, look,
hold them accountable, man.
Hey,
they after all, they done fought to take. Some of these kids been kidnapped from pretty. Sometimes I would rather see a kid with a dope fiend mama and daddy than to be put in some of them positions they've been put in, man. at least the dope fiend mom and daddy will fight and die for them kids. These people that they giving them babies to don't care nothing about them.
They want that check.
Go.
All right, look, I appreciate you for tapping in, Wink. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got a situation where a grocery store is reopening on Milwaukee's north side. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
Another function of white supremacy, don't teach black people stuff, because if you give us a little bit of knowledge, we'll invent something totally new. That's why it was illegal to teach slaves to read, because if we could read, then we could write. And if we could write, we could communicate. And if we could communicate, we could plan. And if we could plan, we could strategize. And if we can plan and write and read and communicate and strategize, we could overthrow white supremacy, because they've always known how fragile it is.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Speaking up for those people in the ghetto, Tory Lowe. Who was like Kenosha on the front line in the snow, Tory Lowe. Who out here righting the wrongs and shining light on these folks, Tory Lowe. Who the biggest advocate that Milwaukee has ever known, Tory Lowe. Who out here finding these babies and bringing them back home, Tory Lowe.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Look, now's your chance to enter into our one call, that's all Gruber 5K giveaway for today. Yes, you'll be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017. That's 833-212-1017. And you'll be entered in to win our $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Again, caller number 10 will be entered in to win our Gruber Law Office 5K giveaway. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. Visit 1017thetruth.com. Hey, caller number 10. You'll be entered in to win. Well, we got a situation with a grocery store that's reopening right here in the city of Milwaukee on the north side. We've been talking about food deserts, and many times, you know, when people call in, depending on what side they're on or what angle they're on about this, a lot of people feel different types of ways, but at the end of the day, we don't have access to a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables that come with having grocery stores. And some people are living in areas where they have to go miles before they can get to a decent grocery store. Well, one grocery store is about to reopen. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video on this. Let's listen.
When news broke back in January that Century Foods off 64th and Silver Spring was closing its doors,
had to walk to a different store. Had to go to a different store and had to take the logo trip to Sam's Club.
shoppers like Damari and Beckley had to change their entire routine as other stores nearby like Aldi at Sherman and Custer closed too.
You got to get on 3 buses because there's going to be 2 that take you to Brown Deer and then from Brown Deer to Bradley all the way down.
At the time, Century never said why it shut down, only citing many factors. The neighborhood's only full-service grocery store stayed closed for nearly 2.5 months. But on Wednesday, closed signs that used to cover the storefront windows now replaced with grand opening signs.
We did it. You know, we got the grocery store back open.
Milwaukee 2nd District Alderman Mark Chambers confirming the news during Tuesday's Common Council meeting, saying the store will reopen as one city supermarket under the same owner.
Seeing this like this is crazy, actually. I did not expect to come see this today.
The announcement is a breath of fresh air for Daniel Lampkin, who has spent the last 2.5 months venturing 20 minutes out of the way to find fresh food.
It's kind of hard, too, when you got to go all the way down to East Capitol Walmart, or you got to go all the way down to Lover's Lane. This is like the only place in the middle that you can really come and like really get good, genuine, fresh food from.
For now, Lampkin and shoppers alike are counting down the days until one city supermarket officially reopens.
Their food was always on point. It was never expired. Everything was just good.
All right, 64th and Silver Spring. This is something that, you know, we desperately need in certain areas in our community. So salute to everybody that was a part of the effort to get the one city grocery store reopened. Same owner, different name. Let's hope that the community can support a lot of these grocery stores in our communities. They need our support, and many times when we don't go and service these ideas, they kind of go away. And I think that now that we know, or now that there's been a lot of media talking about these food deserts, let's hopefully that we can make sure that whatever caused the issue don't happen again. And now that we have the aldermen involved and we have a lot of the operations returning, let's make sure we maintain it. Let's make sure that we maintain it. What else that I wanted to bring to you? I was on social media. Let's get that Nancy Gray situation. Nancy Gray was talking about a situation in Milwaukee. Now, Nancy Gray has her own show on, I think, the Court TV, and Nancy Gray covers a lot of issues, but she posted about the woman stabbed 107 times in Milwaukee, and they found her in her apartment, and she had been unalive for days. This is a story. Yeah, this is coming out of WISN. This is coming out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is getting national attention. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got video on this. Let's listen.
The killer has yet to be caught. While the search warrant points to a possible person of interest, police have yet to publicly name a suspect, much less refer any criminal charges. Investigators found Janie Pendleton dead March 13th at a home near 37th and Townsend, just off Fond du Lac Avenue. Early in the investigation, a detective believed Pendleton had suffered upward of 20 stab wounds throughout her body and appeared to be deceased several days. It was not until the autopsy did they learn more specific details, writing just before the autopsy, detectives observed a distinct shoe pattern on Pendleton's right forearm, adding the medical examiner discovered Pendleton suffered a total of 107 stab wounds and ruled her death a homicide. Here's a look at the scene where police found Pendleton dead. 37th and Townsend, again, is that intersection. The search warrant gave detectives access to the home of a man they say knew the victim but gave inconsistent statements to investigators. But even with that information and having searched the man's home, the documents say investigators did not find any evidence at his home, leaving the mystery of Janie Pendleton's death still unsolved. Deanna.
Oh, wow. So here we go. 2026, an unsolved situation with a woman off of 37th and Townsend making national news. I know when I saw that Nancy Gray posted it, when she gets her eye on an unsolved situation, she talks about it for days. So here we go. Already in the national spotlight, woman stabbed 107 times in Milwaukee, found in her apartment unalive for days, unresolved. A lot of people chiming in online saying it sounds like a crime of passion. 107 times. Hopefully they can resolve this issue. They said they had somebody of interest. They searched his place. They didn't find any evidence. Maybe we can get some Ring doorbell cameras. Maybe we can get something to try to track who was moving around in that area that night. I don't know. Hopefully they can get something on this. Hopefully they can get this situation resolved. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The legendary Broadway show is back. The Wiz. The Chicago Sun-Times raves. It's an eye-popping, high-intensity revival. The music, the voices, the legend returns. Entertainment Weekly says, run, don't ease on down to this spectacular revival. The Wiz. Playing the Marcus Center, March 24th through 29th. Tickets at marcuscenter.org.
You spend more than 2,500 hours a year on your mattress, so is your mattress working for you? It's time to upgrade your sleep game during Steinhoffel's Mattress Madness. Their sleep experts will match you with the perfect mattress so you can wake up rested, refreshed, and ready to take on the day. Shop all the top brands at unbeatable prices, plus enjoy free delivery and a 120-night sleep guarantee so you can rest easy knowing you made the right choice. Shop Mattress Madness in-store at steinhoffels.com today.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
I was what he needed, and he was what I needed. every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Conflict in the Middle East, mixed feelings about artificial intelligence, and more are causing turbulence in markets. But when things are volatile, John Rogers sees opportunity. Rogers is founder, chairman, and co-CEO of Ariel Investments, one of the largest and longest-running black-owned investment firms in the country. Speaking at Bloomberg Invest recently, Rogers had this warning about investing in AI.
This does remind me of when the internet bubble was booming at the turn of the century, and everyone wanted to buy the same .com companies. We think that's happening with these AI companies. Everyone is so excited about it, and the data centers are all the rage. Everybody wants to own a data center. Every real estate person I know, many public companies are investing in that way. So that would be a sector that I would be really concerned about.
Ariel is known for its value-driven investing approach. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks traveled to Portland to face Drew Holiday and the Trailblazers. The Bucks lost 99-130, but with a great game from Ryan Rollins as he put up 34 points. Doc Rivers after the game.
I think Drew's been phenomenal for this team because you can see them doing all the things he's done all his career. So they're a physical, tough basketball team. When you don't have your parts, you're going to struggle a little.
Bucks are back at it Saturday against the Spurs, who are on fire currently. Today is the day for Brewers fans. Opening day is finally here. The Miz is your starting pitcher for the new year. First pitch is at 1:10 p.m. You can listen to our sister station, 620 WTMJ Radio, to listen to the game. The Badgers women basketball team are on fire in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. They play Harvard tonight at 6:30. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You buy one, we buy the other. The Analysis Live is one of the biggest nights in Wisconsin sports, and we don't want anyone to miss out. You buy one ticket, and ESPN Wisconsin is going to buy the other ticket. Be there for that night where everybody's going to be talking about it. March 27th, the Analysis Live is completely unpredictable. And look, the Analysis has special guests coming through. Where were you when Stephen A. Smith joined? Where were you when Bobby Portis brought the house down? And where were you when Giannis walked on stage? The Analysis Live is a can't miss. Go to TALiveshow.com. That's where you can get your tickets and enter in code ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN WIBOGO. That's ESPN WIBOGO. When you check out, and you will get 2 for 1. Hey, look, it's going to be at the Riverside Theater, March 27th. Go to TALiveshow.com to get your ticket and get one free courtesy of ESPN Wisconsin. Enter in code ESPN WIBOGO when you check out. Hey, Analysis Live. I'm going to be in the building. Ric Flair is going to be in the building, and special guests as well. I cannot wait to see y'all out at the event March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Hey, joining me as we broadcast live, we got advocate author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I want to talk about this curfew center that they're working on downtown for the young people. They saying that now that if they, and maybe it might be some stop and frisk going on. If they think you do at 17,
you know it ain't no might be.
I mean, long as they
already know it ain't no might be.
Long as they doing it to everybody, you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is, what do you think about the curfew center that's aimed at to stop a lot of the traffic of the young people in downtown Milwaukee?
The thought process, again, Tory, they acting like, again, last summer, some before that. Again, it's a dog whistle. At the same time, these are people to me that don't know what the hell to do. Okay, like they just throwing it at the wall and see what's gonna stick. They're saying that some of them not gonna get tickets, but we also know because they came out early in the year saying how many tickets they need to write.
For traffic, but for parking tickets.
We just had a 19-year-old that came to your show while she was driving, and was violated the abuse of power that just happened in that situation. You know what's going to happen. We already know where it's going. Okay. Again, I guess just for people to say, well, they trying. They what we supposed to do. Again, these are the people that's supposed to know what to do. Okay, they're saying that this center is they're going to take these kids to this center and then try to get them back on the beat, the police back on the beat as fast as possible. We just came out of a time where there was how many shots was fired at the one house and they didn't come to see until the next morning because we already know that there's a police shortage. Okay. Again, it's to me, it's like, how are you going to do all of these things with these little bitty officers? Y'all already short. So now you finna have a special task force to collect these kids.
Well, I think this day was working with the Office of Violence and Wellness and Safety and Prevention.
Didn't they just say that they ain't had no fun? Like, again,
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's
make it make sense.
This is what the cops said on the interview. I mean, maybe they may send the Promise Keepers over there to try to babysit at the curfew center till the parents come.
Again,
I don't know.
It like I said again. It seemed rushed to me. Talking about curbing something that's going to add something else. Again, how do you? So the Truth Keeper and whoever else they talking about, are they going to have training? Or are they saying the training that they already have, is that extra? Is that overtime for them? Because again, one thing for sure and two for certain, we are at a shortage for the police. Okay. And my question is, if the police are out there policing curfews, when crime is happening, how long is that going to be a delay for individuals who are calling 911? Because we already had a waiting issue. 911 has always been a joke since the duration of 911 been invented, especially for our communities. But this is downtown. So the mayor of downtown is, again, he's trying to solidify anything for downtown again. But like you stated 2 days ago, when it happened to Tweezy, these individuals were supposed to been put something in play. And now here we go. Okay. Here we go, because the individuals the business owners downtown is applying pressure. So now they reaching for straws with no hands, if you ask me. I don't think this was well thought out. Like I said, when you thinking logically, the city is already unsafe. We already have a shortage of officers. Again, we talk about wellness and safety. Didn't they just come out and say that they ain't have money?
Well, if this is only going on downtown, when many times on the north side, we were looking for, solutions for what was going on with the young people and things like that. So what if they see somebody outside of downtown, a young person walking around, do that young person get picked up too? Or they just go, oh, you not downtown, you straight. You ain't in the problematic area, so you can roam the north side, but you just can't come downtown.
That part. On top of, again, that's a hell of a question to ask. But again, my thing is, we are already at a shortage of officers. Okay, which I don't even see how a shortage of officers, because like I said, when you look at the surrounding Whitefish Bay and all of these areas, for them to represent less crime with less officers, I don't know why Milwaukee needs so many officers. And no matter how many officers we have, crime has always been high. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But this curfew thing, to me, again, the service calls when they go out, if these officers are rallying the youth.
And well, let me say this, because I see LaRon in the chat. He says, we're asking the mayor for solutions for black children. That's the same. Now, so you saying that
No.
only black, hold on, wait a minute.
We're all children.
Hold on, let me ask this question. So you telling me that when you hear this, you only think of black children down there trying to get
That
in the
part.
bars. Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is club culture. Every race is down there.
Period.
Young people,
South
that's
side,
not
north
even
side.
the age, the proper age, getting in these bars. So, see, this is what I'm saying. See, when you talk about
Automatically black.
issues, they automatically put the black face on it. But if they run into white underage youth,
because they down there
are
too.
they going into
Hispanics.
the curfew center? Are they, as the Hispanic going into the curfew center? Is the Asian
part.
going into the curfew center? Or is this something targeted specifically toward black youth?
Well, again, whoever that was that put that in the chat, automatically, first thing come to mind, you know. But again, King, this is the leadership,
Hey.
and this is the best we can do after all of the summers that we've seen. You know, outrageousness has taken place. Here we go. A shortage of police officers that's going to strictly be on curfew watch. I'm throwing my hands up at this point, King.
Hey, well, look, when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on today's show. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on March 31st.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Tampa Bay Rays.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in March 31st at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application. Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos. Got a lot of brothers, some of them play bros. They don't wanna say it, but they hate Lowe. They all mad 'cause I got the Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We're trying to get Elizabeth Brown back. Maybe we gotta refresh the system. We got her back. Okay, we got Elizabeth Brown back. Elizabeth, it's been a long week so far. A lot of talk about what took place over the weekend. 8 people shot, 2 have passed, and now we're at the point where they are saying that maybe the solution is a curfew, maybe maybe a detention center. I don't know if this is I guess they're not under arrest, but they're
That's what they're saying.
They're going to put them somewhere
until their parents can pick them up.
The parents can pick them up, or maybe give them some wraparound services, maybe child protective services.
Hey, how about let's start creating before the summer get here again? We've been talking on your show all the time about creating things for these kids to do, productive.
Okay, we did we lose Liz, or do we still got her? We can't. I can't. Our audio cut out. Okay, well, let's see if we can get the audio together because we can't hear Liz. Get her final thoughts on the show. I'll say this, when we talk about these things, they're all in reaction. And I asked the one question that it's going to come down to, if it's not organized, if a lot of it is not organized, what happens if somebody gets injured in the facility? If there are all these kids, you're telling me all these kids downtown running around, and then they get put into this facility that they just going to sit down and wait for the parents to come? What if some of these kids don't like each other? What if something breaks out? Who's going to be monitoring that? How does that look? Somebody get hurt? How does that look? I understand the programs. I understand maybe Office of Wellness and Safety may put Promise Keepers or a group in there to try to watch the kids. But then what is the level of responsibility of the facility, of the people in the facility? If they got kids that's out here, breaking the rules, they're not going to turn into angels in this facility. So we got to have this well thought out. We got to have this to where we can make sure that the parents, the kids, and the adults all know how this is going to operate. So that's my question, because I'm usually going to get the call, "Hey, Tory, my kid got picked up from downtown, got put in this facility, and injury took place," or something like that. Now I'm going to be stuck in a situation to try to figure out what that is. So I'm asking ahead of time. And Logan in the chat says, "And what about the kids whose parents refuse to pick them up? What happens to those kids? I hope they thought about this stuff like that. Like, what if the parents don't have a ride? Is the police going to drop the kids off at the house, or somebody from the Office of Wellness and Safety, they're going to get in their car and drop the kids back off at the house? What is this? Kids ain't really under arrest. So they saying that, but so is this legal? I'm just asking. You know what happened with Adam Procell? They hired him. They did it. Next thing you know, it was against the law, Wisconsin law. So is this legal? Brewer says, then women need to stop bugging Tory about they nonsense issues. Hey, I get it all. I'm telling you, I get it all. I'm trying to see what's going on, but it's going to get to the point where we're going to have these tough conversations, because at the end of the day, you want to have preventative measures instead of reactionary measures. So if this is the case, then let's get this well thought out, well put together, so it's not all willy-nilly. Because when it gets to the willy-nilly, it gets silly. You know what I mean?
It's getting warmer out, too.
And it's definitely getting warmer out. So, like I said, Christopher in the chat says they can make anything legal whenever they want. Well, you got to have the stroke of that pen. You got to make sure that it's in writing, and you got to make sure that everybody involved understands what's going on, and they got to agree to it. So, like I said, I mean, you can put out something out there, but that don't mean it can't be challenged if it's great injury or bodily harm. That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, what they say, once they let the slaves free, they put all the trespassing signs up. At one point, that was legal to arrest people for trespassing. I'm just saying. It still is, but I'm talking about, like, I remember when I was a kid and I would look at those lots, those empty lots, and they used to have a no trespassing sign in the lot. But we picked the trespassing sign up out the lot and played football anyway. Football, kickball, baseball in the empty lots. We just made it into a playground. We didn't get arrested. But could the police have pulled up and got us? I don't know. But here we go with another situation. Is this going to affect only one group of kids, or is this going to affect everybody that's in the age bracket? Because now you're going to start hearing stories that they got the black kids and they didn't get the white kids. Or we was there with our buddies that some of these kids travel multicultural. You know, they got different races in their friend group, and all of a sudden they coming on the show talking about we was there too, and they took the black kids. It's downtown. Here we go. So 8200 says, if preventative actions is not answering, the actionary is necessary. I don't know what that, I feel what you're trying to say, but hey, it's all going to play out. Listen, we got a whole summer in front of us. We got a whole summer ahead of us. What's going on with the Brewers? Give me an update, Andrew.
Hey, Tory, it's big right now. Up 14-1 in the top of the eighth. White Sox at the bat.
14
Brewers, 1 White Sox.
Okay, so we got this one in the bag, basically.
Hey, don't jinx me.
Well, we ain't trying to jinx you, but what I'm saying is, at this point, it looks like the Brewers may be successful on opening day.
I'll tell you,
most likely
came out
at 99.9% successful.
Mizorowski came out, gave up a leadoff home run in the first inning, Tory, then fanned 10 batters, 10 Ks. He's one of the youngest pitchers ever to have 10 Ks in an opening day start.
Really? So
yes,
some
sir.
history being made.
A little bit.
Okay, that's what's up. Salute to the Milwaukee Brewers. It is opening day today. We got a lot of our colleagues down there at the game. I look, it's exciting around here.
Sellout crowd.
American Family is the partner right here on 101.7 The Truth as well. At least Andrew, he liked that.
I love that.
He liked that that's the case. But once again, don't forget the community cleanup is coming up April 18th. Leave your calendar open. We're going to have MMSD, our presenting sponsor. We're going to have a huge push to get people to go in their garage, get out all of the things, the household hazardous material, and bring them out to MLK Elementary School. And we're going to have 3 locations. We're going to start promoting the 3 locations. But if you want to join the cleanup this year, go to ToryLoweCleanup.com and sign up. or go to 1017 The Truth, and they'll lead you to sign up. Hey, look, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the show today. Salute to Elizabeth Brown. Little technical difficulties, but hey, it happens. But let me tell you something. It's up to us. If we're going to make change, it's going to be due to the people if we see change. Understand what I just said? If we going to make change, it's going to be because of us. And if we see change, it's going to be because of the people. Keep your head on a swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello.